Hey, Benbrookites. Today, during opening the doors of Benbrook businesses, we are on job site and we want to talk with Jeremy and Jennifer Gardner, who own J5 Plumbing. Now, first question is for you, Jen. How long have y'all lived out here in Benbrook?
A little more than 15 years.
A little more than 15 years, okay? And so, how did y'all come up with the name J5?
We did it based on our family, Jeremy, Jenny, and our three sons, Jordan, Jason, Jackson.
Okay, so if I was to call y'all's phone number, who's going to answer the phone? Is it going to be you, Jeremy, or is it going to be you, Jen?
It's going to be Jeremy.
Jeremy. And so here's the thing. Whenever you call their phone number, you're going to get to talk to a real life human unless he's on job site and he's got his hands all muddy or whatever the case may be. But leave a voicemail and he's going to call you back. So now, Jeremy, how long have y'all been in the plumbing business?
Most of my life, my dad was a plumber, but professionally since I got out of high school in 2000. Going on 23 years.
But before y'all had your own plumbing business, y'all worked for somebody else. You worked for somebody else, right?
Yep.
How long were you working for somebody else?
Let's see, probably 20 years.
20 years.
Yep.
And how long have y'all owned J5?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Well, in that 3 years, made a name for themselves here in Benbrook. So if you go to Positively Benbrook and anybody ever asks, hey, do y'all recommend a plumber? Their name is going to pop up more than anybody else's name. And the reason for that is because these guys, they are Johnny on the spot. They do what they say they're going to do. They're very, very affordable, and you can go see that on any of the posts, and they don't try to sell you something that you don't need. Now, the first time I ever used Jeremy, that's been how long? A year and a half, 2 years ago? Okay. I was working with a lady down in Timber Creek, and she had already got an estimate for something for which that person thought was something else, and I got a second estimate for her, and Jeremy came out and said, well, this is the problem right here. He had fixed it in a matter of time and at a fraction of the cost. And she was not only tickled pink, she was ecstatic about the situation. So now the house that we're in front of right now, they have put in a water heater circulating pump. Tell us how that works, Jeremy.
Basically what it does is, instead of having to take 30 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes for the water to travel from the water heater to the fixtures, the pump actually keeps it to where it's pumping all the time. It only uses 10 watts of power, so electrical wise, maybe $5–10 a month on electricity. Water wise, we all know how much that is, and you're going to be spending a lot more on water than electric, but they work great. I guarantee you your money back.
Now this lady here, she was boiling water on the stove because it took like 3 to 5 minutes because she rerouted her water heater that was in the middle of the house and now it's in the garage. So it took quite a bit of time. But now then she's got instant hot water heater or hot water, and she absolutely loves it. So you guys are pretty strong in the community also. Tell us what all y'all got going in the community. Y'all are part of the Chamber of Commerce, right?
Correct.
Okay, and y'all go to the luncheons on a regular basis or semi-regular basis or anytime you can, right?
Correct.
So tell us what y'all like to do in your spare time. Y'all got a boat.
We got a boat.
Y'all go to here to Benbrook Lake.
We go to Benbrook Lake quite a bit. We like to go to the 3-park golf course over there that Debbie owns. Do a little driving range up there and stuff like that. I can eat at the local Benbrook restaurants a lot. You want a good cake pop, go to Cake Ballerina. She got good cake pop.
Yeah, she got good cake ballerina. And y'all got y'all's name on some. Y'all J5 Plumbing name on some, and
Yes.
y'all gave those away, yeah.
Yeah, she had little trucks with J5 Plumbing on the
Oh,
side.
I didn't see
of
the
it, so
trucks, but I saw the others.
It was pretty neat.
So right before the last hard freeze that we had, I read on Positively Benbrook that this guy was putting on faucet covers and the spigot broke off in his hand, and he got a hold of Jeremy, and Jeremy went down there and he fixed it immediately for him. So Jeremy shut the water off, and here's one thing that we're going to show you real quick. We're going to show y'all how to shut the water off in the event that you have a situation to where your water just starts running. If you got an elderly house, older house, that the water heater's in the middle of it, then if that thing was the bottom was to fall out of it, the water to keep running until somebody shut it off at the deal. So take us through that process,
Alright.
Jeremy.
You gotta have a meter key.
Okay.
About 20 bucks at Home Depot. Must have. Your screwdriver.
Okay, come on in here.
Pick that lid up.
Can you see the meters?
Now this one has two of them. So
Okay.
her house is on this side. This meter goes to this house over here. Since we're turning this house off, let's take this key on this valve stop that's running parallel with the pipe. And all meters are different, but most of them, you give it a 90-degree turn, and that's off to the whole house.
Okay, so it's a quarter of a turn, and that turns off. Okay.
Yep.
So you go ahead and turn that back on, because that lady may be in there showering,
Yep.
and we don't know.
And if you can't get it, call the Benbrook Water Department. They're great. They'll be out within 30 minutes. Usually they got an after-hour emergency call that will come out any time of the day. Turn this off for you in the event of emergency if you can't get a hold of anybody else.
Okay. All right, so one last question for Jen. Jen, tell us about your boots. I love those boots.
They are from Cavender's and they're shiny. That's what I like.
Okay, we was talking earlier, she said she likes shiny, glittery things. Sorry you don't have any glitter or shine on your boots, but they do look good.
No,
they look real good.
just on the inside. That's why she kept me.
All right, so y'all got anything you want to add, or take away, or anything you want to add to the
I would
conversation?
actually like to say thank you to everybody, because whenever I'm not on there, there's always somebody that actually fills in and will comment, so I know if somebody has a question or, you know, can't get a hold of us. So thank you to everybody that has supported us.
I was going to say the same thing. Thank you to everybody that calls us. Thank you for all the people that help us out on the next door thing. Gary, your wife, the Benbrook Chamber of Commerce, everybody, thank y'all.
And so, if you guys haven't got the opportunity to give them a call because of a plumbing issue that you might have, give them a call. And their number is 817-989-0423. 817-989-0423. And one last thing, if you want to see some more videos of opening the doors of Benbrook, make sure you hit that subscribe button right down here below me and subscribe to our page. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.